for a lot of young individuals, they do want to either be an entrepreneur or do fix a problem, and a lot of it with social impact, but at the same time, it's very confusing of where to start, because a lot of times a younger entrepreneur is going to look at, they see a problem and they want a solution for it, and they're going to test it out. Even after they tested it out, understanding the different structures that they can go about to building that business is usually the biggest kind of blocking path for a lot of younger entrepreneurs that might not have some background in business, because they don't understand all the different fundamentals that are involved, which you just brought about, like payroll, having an accountant understanding how to create the payroll systems, make sure that everything's, when you actually get, if it's an LLC or a nonprofit, how do you legally go about the documentation for that? So the one thing I'm very curious when it comes to the UCR kind of ecosystem, are there resources to teach the students all those steps of, if they start, they should maybe start as a sole proprietor, and then how do they shift to an LLC or a nonprofit? How do they go through each of those shifts? And then how do they work with the county on those processes, because each one has different documentation that needs to be submitted?
So I'll start with the program that area. So I don't know before that, but I know that now we do have, and with the Blackstone LaunchPad program, we do have a lot of workshops and entrepreneurial programs that help students figure out how, even from ideation to the IP patent part, forming a company, market research, customer discovery, and all that. So all that is available, and I keep encouraging students is that now, as students, it is the perfect time for them to start something, because first of all, they can access all resources on campus at no cost.
Yep.
Do have a lot of mentors and mentoring programs that are available for them to guide them through the process. And even if they fail now as a student, they are not risking losing any money or even the embarrassment of failing as a founder outside. So they feel under the safe environment. They have all the support they need of the university. So it is a perfect time. They can fail once, twice, and 3 times and still end up graduating with all the skills they needed. And they have now the resilience. They failed multiple times. So if something happened now in real life, they are prepared. So that's why we keep encouraging anything. If you have any idea, just take advantage of all of the resources. You won't believe that we do have programs like ICOR, for example, that gives, and I might talk a little bit more about it in a little, but it gives students money to do customer discovery. So it's not just, also they get fund to be able to do research and more customer discovery, but still not that much students take advantage of such opportunities. So I don't know if they are not aware. We'll try to do better at that, or if they are just always worried that they won't get in. I really get a lot of students that just don't apply because they are worried that they won't get in.
Yep.
And this is just one program. This is the first step. And then there's so many other programs that takes the students after that. So with EPIC SBDC, it's the small business program that when they will be a client and really form a company and work closely with how to have an entity and go from there. So there's different programs. It's just they need to start. And I think being a student at a university is the perfect time to really start something like that.
And I think just, something to add, the fact that the university is building this pipeline, starting from an idea to, if that is successful and the student is interested in developing it and the feedback is positive, or, they learn, there is a next step. Mm-hmm. And I think, that's what will encourage a lot of students to, test their idea and see, if there is something more than just an idea there. And, just having all these boot camps and meetings that May is organizing, and, then having ICOR, and, eventually they will join CITLab, where, it's more of a more comprehensive 8-month program, when basically it's from testing their idea and developing the business plan. So I think, having that perspective, and, if I'm successful at one stage, there is something else that will support my work. I think that's extremely important. And I don't think you can see that in many universities. Studying entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship obviously is something very fashionable nowadays.
Yep.
And a lot of universities have accelerators, but you don't see a lot of opportunities for students to just test an idea that they had yesterday. And I think that's extremely important.